What is going on, you guys? My name is Curtis with the Soul Dojo Gaming Channel, and this is our first impressions review of MLB The Show 26. I'm joined again this year with Brandon Satterwhite. Brandon, you just did the review for MLB The Show 26 for Sports Gamers Online. I know you have a lot to say. What I was saying earlier to you earlier in the week with this game, I think the analogy I used was I feel like it's on a treadmill. It's not running forward. It's just kind of running in place. The overall package that you get here with the game. And you said that the game feels like it's kind of swinging for the fences, but it's missing the ball. But at least it's not keeping the bat on the shoulder. It's actually trying things, but it's not getting any results here. I feel like the first thing we'll talk about will kind of reflect that, which is the presentation. Now, a lot of people have went on and said that this game needs a little bit of a facelift in the presentation aspect. In the review, you kind of agreed that it is kind of like the similar in the last couple of iterations. It looks the same. But overall, how do you feel about this year's presentation in MLB The Show 26?
Yeah, I mean, I think the broadcast graphics have been something that's always been really good in this game, especially now in Road to the Show. You have like the full College World Series licensing, so that's all over the place. I think that has always been really good. The new stadiums that have been added in for the World Baseball Classic, those look really good. There's just some things like especially like the exterior shots of the stadiums. Some of those could definitely use some more work. The face scans are kind of hit and miss. Like there's some that look like really, really good. And then there's others that just look like kind of almost PS3 era, sort of. Like there's some that just look bad, especially like in some of like the intros you see when you're like loading into like a Diamond Dynasty game and it's on like that weird stage and the lighting's just kind of off. I think that's a big part of it too, is I think the lighting is just off in some areas and it just makes everything kind of look, I guess, kind of washed out a little bit in some areas.
But the next thing I want to talk about is something that you've highly praised in this game, which is Road to the Show. I feel like when I talked to you, I kind of downplayed Road to the Show a little bit, but you went all in and said this is probably the best iteration they've done over the last couple of years. They expanded on the colleges, they expanded on the playoffs, the colleges playoffs, they expanded on even the high school stuff. They got your team in there, Arkansas now. I heard the chant, never heard it in game. It sounds absolutely ecstatic. It sounds amazing in the game. The presentation of the college baseball playoffs and the atmosphere is just electric. I mean, how much do you love Road to the Show this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird because like 2 or 3 years ago, I was at a point where I was done with Road to the Show. Like I hated it. The ball player system was something I railed against for years over on SGO. There was just no real reason to keep coming back to the mode, it felt like. And in 2 short years, they have completely turned this mode around. The amateur years experience, they expanded upon that. So now you get 3 regular season high school games and then get to play the playoffs. So there's more high school. You can now play 2 seasons of college if you want in the College World Series. There's 19 colleges, up from 8 last year, each with, like you said, their own chants, their own cheers, their uniforms, unique commentary from the 3 people in the commentary booth. I think that they really did a great job of refining that and getting that basically perfect at this point. I think at this point they could just keep adding more teams and adding, new schools. And I think it's just really, really solid opening. And then like my complaint last year was, okay, but once you got done with that, it felt like really nothing had changed. Now there is new stuff once you actually get into the minor leagues and into the pros. The new controlled simulation is really, really cool. It, shows you your adjusted overall, which is based on how you've been performing recently. It shows you how your stats are changing as you go throughout the simulation. You have these new unique goals that you're working towards. And as you go through the simulation, it shows you how you're progressing towards them. And you can stop and hop in if you're at risk of not meeting those goals. The interactions, now you can manually reach out to either your manager or your agent to like request a trade, change positions, all of that. There's a lot of really good stuff in Road to the Show this year.
I love it. I'm one of those guys. I love playing offline. I love playing like my careers and just player careers and things like that. So I love some of the new additions. I love that it's thriving in MLB The Show because it's not thriving. Those kind of modes aren't thriving in every sports game, of course, but it seems like Road to the Show is really getting it down. Overall gameplay. You said in the review that there wasn't a lot. There is some things you like. There's some things you just don't really understand. Can you go through some of the things? I know you talked about some of the pitching. Remember I was talking to you about some of the perfect hits that you get off of pitches. It seems like sometimes, they can fly to the third baseman, they can fly to the shortstop, but it seems like I'm getting that more than usual this year.
Yeah, there's definitely been like an above average number of like the perfect outs. I saw a clip the other day of someone on Twitch went 1, 2, 3 in an inning with 3 perfect fly outs.
Oh, God.
I would be so mad. Oh, and the perfect ground into a double plays are happening.
I've had that.
So frustrating. On the positive side of gameplay, we did get the bear down pitching, which is, when you throw strikes and strike batters out, you earn what's called a bear down pitch, and you hold the left trigger when you're selecting your pitch, and it gives you like a little bit more accuracy and a little bit more velocity on the pitch. Those are fun to use. I don't know, I haven't really felt like a major like they're like super powerful, but they are kind of fun, like a little sort of arcadey style sort of thing, I guess. The ABS challenge system is fun, man. Like getting calls overturned and like being successful on those calls is a lot of fun, especially when it's like really close, when you're like that far away. I really enjoy that.
Oh, so nice. Let's jump into some of the game the game modes. You talked about franchise. The trade logic again. They did update it recently, but when you were playing it, the trade logic initially was just, I think you said something about it was kind of similar when you wanted in your childhood when you wanted to make a super team. It was getting kind of ridiculous like that, and it's something that you complain about every year. The trade logic.
Yeah, and it's weird because like this year, like the main focus was the new trade system and improving logic and all that. And when I first got on it that first night, I saw some of the worst trades I have ever seen. Like I saw 93 overall Vlad Jr. getting traded for a C potential 50 overall prospect.
What did you say that in the review? I don't remember you saying.
I showed that one. I showed it in the review.
You showed it. Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, the Vlad Jr. trade I showed, like that is the worst trade I've ever seen in any baseball game ever.
Yeah.
And then J-Ram was getting traded every single simulation in the first year, even though he just signed a 7-year extension with the Guardians.
Wow.
Devers was getting traded all the time. Pete Alonso was getting traded. They did make a couple of changes that sort of helps that. I still don't think trade logic's good. Like, it's still not good. C potential prospects are valued way too highly. Mike Trout was traded in year 1 of a simulation for a single C potential prospect. And even if you wipe away Trout's name, an 88 overall center fielder should not be traded for a non-top 100 C potential prospect. Like it shouldn't happen. Teams are, they have this new system where teams, will try to buy or sell at the deadline. But when a team decides to sell, they will basically trade away 4 80 plus overall MLB starters for 4 prospects that aren't ranked, like that aren't that good. The value of prospects is way too high in this game. It's crazy because I complain about it every year, and every year I want it to be better. I don't expect it to be perfect. I expect it to be good, and it still isn't.
Yeah. Going through, because we are at the 10-minute mark. There's so much we can say about MLB The Show 26, but I do want to touch on your favorite mode, which is Diamond Dynasty. You said that the World Baseball Classic, they do have content in there for that, but you basically build your Diamond Dynasty team, but you would have to replace one of those countries. You said in the review it doesn't feel impactful that this content is in there. It almost feels like an afterthought or something that SDS just had to throw in there because of the timing of the World Baseball Classic in real life. How do you feel about that content?
Well, I don't think the content is an afterthought, like having the programs and the cards and the moments and all that. That was definitely it's exciting and it's fun and there's plenty of it. The mini seasons version where you play through the World Baseball Classic, that is a huge letdown for me, because instead of actually getting to take control of one of these teams, you just replace one of them with your Diamond Dynasty team. And like, I'm sure it's an issue with licensing and like how their agreement with the World Baseball Classic is.
Right.
I'm sure that's the reason for it. You know, they
Mhm.
may not have been allowed to make a full WBC mode, but like having something like that, like it's still like all I can think about when I'm playing it is like, wow, I wish I was Team USA or I wish I was Team Dominican Republic right now.
To round it out, Brandon, buy, sell, or skip MLB The Show 26. I think you kind of hinted at that a little bit in the review at the end, where you did say that if you're a Road to the Show player, this might be worth picking up. I always say if you are a baseball fanatic or you're somebody that always buys the show, you should always go out and get it. But if you're somebody that's waiting to jump in, like you want to jump in, but you're not really sure, is this the game to get you back into MLB The Show?
I would definitely, at the very least, wait for a sale on this, especially here at launch. There's a lot of issues with like server issues and bugs that still haven't been fixed. You know, the menus are super buggy and slow. Trade logic, like we talked about, is not very good. Hopefully there's a patch coming for that. There's a few other franchise mode exploits that have been found out within the last day or so when it comes to like scouting and drafting that need to get patched. I would wait for a sale unless you're like 100% a Road to the Show guy, because I do think franchise and Diamond Dynasty will be improved within like a month from now. And then at that point, you might be able to find this game for like $10-20 off.
I love it. I think that's the perfect way to put it. Yo, thank you guys for listening. My name is Curtis from with the Soul Dojo. Make sure you guys subscribe to the Soul Dojo. You can follow me on X at Kurt from the Dojo. And Brandon, real quick, if you want to plug yourself in.
Yeah, I'm Brandon Satterwhite. You can follow me over on Twitter at bsatterwhite18. Also, go check out our review on Sports Gamers Online for MLB The Show 26 for more in-depth details. And also check out our dedicated baseball channel, SGO Dugout. And I'll have a MLB The Show franchise rebuild with the Colorado Rockies going up this afternoon over there. So that one was a lot of fun to record.
Yeah, given where I live, I know they need a massive rebuild.
I think you're going to like this one.
I can't wait. I'm going to check it out on the SGO Dugout. All right, you guys subscribe to the Soul Dojo. Man, get in the comments. Let us know if you guys have played MLB The Show 26. And if you like it, don't like it, let us know in the comments. And we'll check you guys later, all right? Peace.